Made it. I'm just waking up. I was knocked out on that bus. It's a really deep daddy here. I don't know what's down there, but I ain't trying to find out. All right, I am back in my room. It's about 7:30 a.m. I am going to grab some breakfast. I actually have a tour planned for later today, so the hot air balloon worked out perfectly. Like, getting up early in the morning, they get you back by, well, they told me they would get me back by like 7. I got back here at like 6:45, so I've had time to kind of like chill and decompress and like take in all the greatness that was this morning. I have time to do a whole nother day tour. It starts at 9. So in between, I'm gonna get some breakfast and yeah, just get ready for the day. So excited. Like, talk about starting the day off on a high. We are up here, baby. Let's go see what this breakfast is about. And then they have this cute section over here. Wow. Oh yeah, this breakfast is everything. It's good. This food is so good. Spinach and mushrooms, bread, eggplant, olives, and a boiled egg. I had never had this breakfast combination before, but I need more of it in my life. Made it to stop number 1, Love Valley. Look at the camels.
A long time ago in here, they lived 2 different families, and then but they didn't like each other. But from one family, 1 girl, another family, 1 boy. So they loved each other, but family didn't allow together. But they were meeting in here, so among the people we can say Love Valley.
That's the story behind this area of Love Valley. She also informed us that Cappadocia is not a city, which I think I knew, because if you look on the map you don't actually see Cappadocia anywhere, but it's an actual region that encompasses 5 cities, one of them being this one, which I think is Nashir. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can read it and find it, but it's one of 5 cities that are in this region of Cappadocia. All the jars dedicated to people's loved ones. Cute.
Thank you.
Alright, stop number 2.
Every time you can come to here, you can look ahead. I want to explain the rock formation. About 12 million years ago, Cappadocia region had so many volcanic mountains. These are exploited. After the exploit, ash and tuff scattered around the sky and then landed on the ground as a layer. Of course, this kind of exploited, it's continues so many years, so many million years. After that, Cappadocia region goes through pluvial period. In the pluvial period, Cappadocia region gets so many rainwater flood water and windy. After that, eroded it, you can see so many fairy chimney. Of course, as I told you, it took so many years. I'm talking about 12 million years ago. Why is called the Monk's Valley? Do you have any guess? No, because generally during the Byzantine Empire, so many religion men, monks, people came to here because the Byzantine Empire believed that the paganism, not Christian. After the Christianity, so many people believed the Christianity. Before the Christianity, as I told, the religion men came to here to protect to protect from the soldier, Byzantine soldier, to protect prayer, to protect worship. So they made this kind of home.
So these are the homes, and I guess like the hideout places in the caves. Oh wow. It's so much cooler in here. Inside the cave. This is so cool. Hideout.
Until 1952, so many people lived in here. Christian people and Muslim people lived together.
Alright, stop 3, open air museum. We have 1.5 kilometers walking through here. Don't know how long that is in miles. And this is where people lived, different religions lived together and hid out here.
This area, fire stage. Dark smoke. When you see dark smoke, you can imagine, and here is the for cooking something. And then they made fruit juice. Fruit juice flowing in here. Did you see small hole in there?
Yeah.
They use red pot to wine. Pick up inside, and then at the right side they were baking for fermentation, and then they use for ceremony and celebration also. If you go to the right side, you can see small part for the baking. You can understand again, they made fire, so dark smoke. Here, they made in here wine, they were baking right side. After that, they used it, they drank.
Little homes. Got so far to go. They're all the way over there. As we continued along our sun-baked journey, it hit me just how much travel can bring historical narratives to life. The caves around me weren't just rock formations, but once thriving communities that housed entire lives and stories. I tried imagining the buzzing town that once existed there, with homes and places of worship, wineries, and even a whole marketplace. What's most remarkable was the coexistence of Christian and Muslim communities who lived side by side peacefully for centuries. It stood as proof that people with different beliefs indeed can harmonize and get along with one another. And to think that it all wasn't that long ago. These caves were inhabited up until 1952, when the last residents were forced to relocate due to the danger of the crumbling rock formations. Out of all the stops on the Red Tour, I found the Zelv Open Air Museum most profound. I highly recommend including it as a stop on your Cappadocia itinerary to experience the region's rich and multi-layered history firsthand. Wow. So wild to think about people living here.
The top part, church also.
And the church up top.
You came to the church, you can enter the inside.
Whew. So cool in the church. I like it here. Wow.
They made cross shape like this. We can say cross church. So important for there. For Christian people. Now we will see mosque for the Muslim people because as I told you, they live in here together. That one is cami, so mosque actually. Another one is güvercinlik, pigeonry. We saw also the first point, and then you can see also the right side. Monastery also, monastery. We came to the last point. Here is the mosque. Generally, we use this kind of castle. We can say minare, Turkish name. Now we will go to the inside. We use this direction. Normally, church this direction.
So now we are in the land where you can imagine anything. Supposedly these rocks are shaped like different things, but you just kind of imagine and guess what they look like to you, pretty much. So she said that one over there is like a camel. I see it. I see it. Supposedly this one over here is like a lizard or a snake. I don't see it. If y'all see it, let me know in the comments. Then the little ones over there are soldiers. But I feel like if they're soldiers, then all the rocks in here are soldiers because they all look the same. Lunchtime. Oh yes, buffet. I'm so excited to eat.
How are you? Good. So we can have a little bit of an idea. You can take pictures and videos and we'll pass the table. I'll give you information.
Plastic tubes that light up.
Here are two types of clay. Red one from the river, terracotta color which is clay. Volcanic mountains that we saw on the table, we do use mostly white. Reason the color comes out much nicer with red. Çok iyi o kadar.
Is everywhere. So cultural things in the Turkey you can see everywhere. It's kind of stone. It's believed that for protect bad person, bad eye, bad accident, and also blue colors represent the good luck.
Alright, truth be told, I'm exhausted and I don't know what number stop this is, but I know it's our second to last one. It is nice though. Similar story as what we saw with the Open Museum and some of the other cave and rock formations. Different areas where people used to live in the caves, and just a really neat landscape to look at. See all the little holes or areas where people lived. And over there, look at that. So cool. Our last and final stop for today on this tour. Going to look at some carpets. It's kind of like a must being here in Cappadocia, so let's do this. Carpets everywhere.
Her name is Hatice.
Hello, merhaba.
So you know what we call this here in English? Warp. This is loom. Vertical threads, we call that the warp. And the weft. You know, if you ask them how would you grab the work, when they're growing old, they just play it like a game. But when they come up like, 15, 16 years of age, they might have the skill. It's like a shake. To sitting on it, slipping on it. We will definitely lose the look of us. If the carpet has more knots, like silk, that turquoise one here, you can feel it, it's very, very fine particles. Any questions so far? No? Okay. If you would like to feel this beauty, you may take your shoes off and walk on it with bare feet, because our feet is much sensitive. So you can feel the energy, you can feel the softness of these rocks. Those are all natural.
Silk on
This is
silk.
very known as a Turkish red.
Oh, that's amazing.
Very soft.
You could sleep on this, seriously. It feels so good. Bye-bye, thank you. Nice. Buenos dias, mi gente. Good morning. I'm feeling so good because I got some really good sleep last night. One of the first nights in the last couple of nights that I haven't had to wake up at the crack of dawn. Though I did get up early. I got up around like 5:30 to go catch the sunrise and watch the hot air balloons rise up on the terrace. So that was really nice. I got some really cute photos, had a little mini photo shoot or whatever. That's how I spent my morning, waking up, did that, did a little bit of journaling. Then I went and got some breakfast. The breakfast here, y'all, is really good. Like the food, I'm satisfied. I'm so glad that the breakfast is included with my stay. I know I showed the buffet, but there's also like a hot grill. There's a chef there cooking in the morning. Yesterday he was making omelets. Today he was making the Turkish breads, that potato bread that I had when I first got here. Had some more of that this morning. It's so good. So now I am getting ready to go to the pool. So have my bathing suit on. Gotta go take a little swim, taking it easy. I'm really trying to take it easy today. There were two things that I wanted to do today. I wanted to go see the underground cities, kind of like the caves that I saw yesterday, but they're underground where people used to hide out and live. It sounds like there's some really unique history behind it, so it caught my interest. It was on my list of something that I wanted to do while being here, but I was struggling to find a tour that wasn't an all-day tour. A lot of the different sites to go see out here, you can go see them on your own, but typically you do that if you like go to if you rent a car and kind of take yourself, or if you want to do it self-guided. So I want to go see the underground city, but I also want to do it with a tour guide so I can learn about what I'm seeing, but I don't want to be out for a full day. Like yesterday was awesome, learned a lot, saw a lot, really enjoyed it, but it also exhausted me. Like, so I knew today waking up I did not want to do a whole nother full day tour, and the tours that include the underground city, it's called the Green Tour, and I've heard it's even longer than the Red Tour, the one that I did yesterday. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to be out back to back all day, up at the crack of dawn, just on the go. It's too hot. It's too hot, and I know what type of traveler I am. I don't like being on the go 24/7. So I say all that to say, I've been trying to find a workaround for how I can go see the underground city, but not be on a full day tour and not pay for a private tour, because there are private tours that you can do, but they cost like upwards of like $200, and doing a full day tour is like $70. So $70 to do a full day versus $200 to just do one excursion, not happening. So I did a little research and I found out that I could actually take either a taxi or even take the bus. The bus station is like right up the street from this hotel. So I'm gonna give that a try. I'm gonna try to take the bus and catch the bus to the underground city. And then there are tour guides outside of the underground city that I can find while I'm there. So gonna wing that this afternoon, see how it goes. Another thing, I mentioned there was two things I wanted to do. I wanted to do a wine tasting. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like the excursion that I initially wanted to do was the underground tour and the wine tasting. It was 2 in 1. I found it on Airbnb and it was for $70. So I thought that was a really good deal, but I reached out to them to book it and they said they don't do it for just one person. Womp womp. Part of the struggles of being a solo traveler at times. Some excursions will not let you book, and if you're by yourself. So he was like, you can either find some friends or try booking for another day. I'm like, dude, this is my last day here, and how am I just gonna go outside? Hey, want to be my friend? Like, No, so I kind of lost interest in the wine tasting. I do still want to try wines, but I think that's something I can do later tonight when I go to dinner. Like the first night that I was here, I tried the wine. It was really good. I just got a glass of the house wine at the restaurant. Obviously, that's not the same as a wine tasting, but I'm not a super big drinker anyway. So I think a glass of wine or two would be fine for tonight. So that's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna try to do the underground city, just find a guide there and try out the public transportation, see how that works. Worst case, I think I'll just get a taxi. And then from there, just kind of wing it, find a restaurant, try their wine, and yeah, enjoy the rest of my time here. Since it is my last day here in Cappadocia, I also booked my flight out of here. I decided to wait until I did the hot air balloon ride before I booked my departure flight. Just because they said sometimes that those rides get canceled the morning of, depending on how the weather is. So I knew if that was the case, I was not leaving Cappadocia until I got into a hot air balloon. So I was like, I'll just wait to book my ticket so it won't be a headache trying to rearrange it if I had to reschedule. Fortunately, that worked out where I didn't have to, but I did book my flight for tomorrow. I'm really glad that I waited too, because after tasting the breakfast, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that my flight leaves late enough for me to have breakfast on the last morning. So that'll be my last and final hoorah here, is when I have breakfast tomorrow morning. Enough of my itinerary and the things planned. Let's actually do the things on the list and head to the pool. Vamonos. All right, time at the pool was so much love. It was so peaceful and relaxing. I am thoroughly impressed with the amenities that they have here at this hotel. Now I am all dressed and ready to go see this underground city. So, vámonos. Alright, I made it. I'm just waking up. I was knocked out on that bus. It was quite a peaceful ride, if I do say so myself. Alright, now to see if I can find a guide to walk me through this underground. If not, I'm just gonna figure it out, but let's go see it. I just got in. Looks like I'm doing this tour solo because they do have tour guides, but they told me it was 60 euro because I'm by myself. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying that. That's more than the tour with transportation. So we're gonna follow the arrows and see this underground city. Looks significant. Alright, so blue arrows are the exit. The red arrows are gonna get us through. I'm really deep down in here. Okay, I can stand full height out here. It's so wild to think people lived in here like this. So this is food storage. Wow. A living room. Wow. This is the whole living room. Kaymakli Underground City just may be one of humanity's most extraordinary architectural achievements. Comprised of 8 levels, the metropolis was carved entirely into volcanic rock, descending more than 100 feet deep into the earth. It was built around 800 BC and later expanded by various civilizations, eventually evolving into a fully functional community that housed thousands of people. The engineering behind the hidden wonderland is most impressive, with a ventilation system with over 100 air shafts that ensured fresh air circulated to even the deepest levels. Each level was purposefully designed, the first floor housing livestock stables, while deeper levels held living quarters, expansive food storage areas, and communal kitchens. They even had designated areas for making wine and pressing olive oil. The true stroke of genius is the way that the city was designed for strategic defense. The narrow passageways were intentionally constructed to funnel potential invaders into single-file lines, making attack nearly impossible. The massive stone doors, they weighed up to 500 pounds each and could be used to roll shut from the inside, effectively sealing off entire sections of the city during times of threat. The city's architecture wasn't just creative, it was survival crafted into stone. During times of peace, these spaces would be used for storage, but when danger loomed, the entire community would vanish underground, surviving for months at a time. Down below, they had recreated their entire society with churches, schools, and meeting halls, everything necessary for their daily lives. Only about half of the levels were accessible to visitors, offering me just a peek into the depth of their underground world. All in all, Kaymakli Underground City is a true testament to human resilience and creativity. It's a tour that's well worth the visit, even if you're like me and do it without a guide. One thing they did make space for is wine, okay? There's this big crowd of people behind me, and I keep trying to get away from them because I'm not trying to be in these tight spaces with all these people. I'm kind of glad I did this solo now because that's too much. Tunnel. What is the rest of this place mean? Oh yeah, that's the ventilation shaft, right? You can just feel the wind. It feels, it's like AC coming out of here. Amazing. Okay, another winery? All they was doing was drinking up in these caves. I guess, I mean, what else you gonna really do? I don't know what's down there, but I ain't trying to find out. So on the tour yesterday, our guide told us that anytime you see like these black marks, this was likely an oven because they were cooking up in here. I know that much. Which makes sense. We did see a place like this at one of the sites yesterday. At the open museum, there was an oven and then next to it something like this, and she mentioned wine. So the fact that this is a winery makes sense, kind of like their kitchen. Ooh, the big crowd is coming out here. Okay, I don't see any more red arrows, just this blue one, so I guess we are headed out. It is a lot cooler. Not that it was ever really hot in here. Dang, they was having some big fires in here. Everything is black. I don't know about that. Success. We made it out. Felt like it was a workout. It was all the bending and the low-key crawling. Whew. But yeah, didn't learn much, but I will Google. Came and saw, and glad that I did. Very much a unique experience, and I recommend even without a tour guide, I would still recommend it. So now that I have finished up, I think I'm just gonna kill some time, do a little shopping, either window shopping or maybe pick up a couple of things. We'll see. When I got off the last bus, the guy told me he would be back here at 5, and it's about 4-ish, so I've got like 45-ish minutes to kill, more or less. So yeah, just gonna hang out at this little gift shop here. There's also a ton of different shops all around. And then I will head back to the main town and find something to eat because I'm getting hungry.
my gift.
Oh, thank you. The flavor. I just thought it was going with some vegetables. It's just beans, but it tastes good.
Cut me off cold.